fashion. No matter what, good or bad, you have it, honey. It's to a T exactly like pubic hair. If it's woolly, thick, and makes your teenage body a patchy mess, your harmonizing genes have gone bad like this milk I've been drinking. But if it's silky smooth, heart-shaped, and only covering your precious pieces, then, baby, your fashion is fresh as this newly made cottage cheese I'm eating. But what happens when pubes and fashion get down and dirty, mommy poppy style? Well, you've got essentially stripped down to your skeebies, drench it all in moisty wetness and special detergent, then sit and spin. But what happens when a cyberpunk conductor throws your brain in with your fashion and hormone hairs? Well, it gets freaking washed and you'll be pulling out vomit-inducing adolescent body sprinkles from inside your dome piece for a week. Plus, you'll be committing police brutality. My name is James.
I'm the Bricks.
And this is Mostly Speakin Sentai. Guys, it's Mostly Speakin Sentai episode 40-something of the main feed, but like 50-something of the all feeds. Ooh, you gotta all feed my face with delicious compliments. Give us an iTunes review. We haven't said that in a while, and tell a fucking friend. My love, my nickel bricks of Nicole, I have something to tell you, and that's to all our fans as well. Don't play in the middle of the street. Play in this big field like this one. Yes, this cornfield, Mr. Stranton. Come play the games of white-haired children and come taste our scythe. Our scythe will give you the reckoning of Jesus in heaven above. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're out of the spooky month and into the Merry Christmas, give a lip smash on my kisses. Nicole, I would like to start something new. It is the Nicole Minute.
Oh, no.
And that's where for 1 minute, I talk about you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 1 minute I have to talk.
I'm kidding. This was a trickery on my hands. It's a minute where you talk.
Oh, no. So it's just a minute of silence.
No, Nicole. You have something special to promote this week.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you can promote that for a minute and only 1 minute. Once it's a minute, if you're still talking, you better get that URL in many times. I will cut it real quick.
Oh, no.
So, minute on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, goats.
Oh, gosh, I'm so scared. Go to patreon.com/darlinghomebody to sign up for a monthly sticker or magnet in your mailbox, and it'll be cool because I plan on all of them having like cool effects. This month is a mermaid cat and it's glittery, but you'll also, if you sign up before December 1st, you can get a glow in the dark horse skeleton with it too for free. And if you are a new person signing up, which I know you are because I've never done Patreon before this, you also get a secret random free sticker. So that's 3 fucking stickers for like $6.
3, 2, 1, 0. Nicole, you did it perfectly.
Patreon.com/darlinghomebody.
Baby. Yeah, Ranger Command. You're not the only one with a Patreon in these here parts. Hey, partner. I got my 6-shooter by my side.
Oh, no.
And my donkey to boot.
Oh, no.
Hey, our guest.
As I'm looking around for the donkey.
Yes, it's Franklin and Spurs.
Oh,
no. We actually just hammered little shoes on Frank, and that's what we're using as a donkey in these here parts. We did a crumbums about that, but guys, freaking screw what I normally talk about. I want to get right into our guest.
Hello.
We haven't introduced you, guest. No. You're breaking the fourth wall or the third microphone. No, wait, I'm on the third mic. No.
I don't think you know what a fourth wall is.
A fourth wall is a door or a window, and that's where you can break into.
Okay.
That's
got
by
it,
breaking the fourth
I thought it was
wall.
something else, but I'm the one who's wrong.
Yes,
I was also going to say I
absolutely.
am a theater person, so I do actually know.
Yeah, so theater people and especially playwrights are constantly committing burglary and breaking and entering B&Ds, baby. But we have a guest. You don't know them from Mostly Speakin Sentai, but they're an all-star. They have the record of most appearances. Sans Nicole coming in the room and shouting into a microphone because she's very angry at what we're talking about. On This Movie's Gay, we have Nina.
Hello. Hey there. Well, thanks for having me back here.
No,
I'm
thank
excited.
you for being here. We've come to realize that some people, not going to call names, actually a lot of people, might be afraid of coming on this podcast because it's too hectic.
Ha. No, not at all. No, I wouldn't say hectic. I just didn't know. Like I said, I like to prepare. So I was like, is there a library book? Is there something that I need to like read up on? And no, you said no, so I feel good right now.
We should have just sent you to Mitsuzuwa. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Sentai books there.
Amazing. Because I
could
would
have
have been like read up.
I mean, they're all in Japanese, so
maybe not.
no. You could have taken photos of them on your phone and Google translated it.
Ooh.
Can you do that with a picture?
I have no idea. Probably not.
Google search them pictures,
Yeah.
baby.
Who knows?
Found PDFs of them, then highlighted all of it. Google Translate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even though
wow.
that's not how PDFs work either.
All of our guests do it.
Oh, whoa, every single one?
Yep.
Melzer and Brian included?
That's what I said.
Dang.
Damn. I'm lacking.
We've had a lot of guests on this show, but none compare to Nina. We know you're from Minnesota,
It's
correct?
true. Yes.
Do you know Tom Servo?
No, I don't.
Do you know Crow?
Grow.
The movie Crow?
No,
No.
Tom Servo. They're from Gizmonic
Oh.
Institute.
I don't know.
They're from the science theater that's mysterious. From 3000?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you would be a fan.
Dang.
This is my...
I'm taking notes. I'm going to look this up.
So people might have prejudice. It's you prejudge people. My prejudice is everyone from Minnesota loves Mystery Science Theater 3000. And I just learned today that that's not the case.
I'm so sorry.
I'm surprised you didn't do a Weird Al bit.
Oh, the biggest ball of twine. And have you been to the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota?
I have.
Holy fuck.
That I have.
Nina, you have become also, you might not know this. Nicole, I very much want Nina to think we're cool because I think Nina is very cool.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
You have become even cooler. I have always
yarn.
wanted to go there because it's featured prominently.
You're a fucking nerd.
And Sam and Max hit the road for PC LucasArts point and click adventure game. And I never knew it was a real thing, but I think I thought it was. I was like, yeah, absolutely someone made this huge ball of twine. It's very exaggerated in the game. But then Weird Al's song, Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota, do you know the song?
Yeah.
Yes! Oh,
Yeah.
man. Once Nicole does not like Weird Al's music, likes him as an actor and voice actor.
I like him as a comedian.
And Nicole
Fair.
said, fine, you can play one Weird Al song. I was like, all right, Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. It's like 9 minutes long. So she by verse 4, she's like, God damn it, James.
Done with it.
And I've always tried to convince her for us to go on a vacation to the Biggest Ball of Twine. Explain it. Tell us about it.
I mean, I was really young, I feel like, at the time. So, but I like that you're like on the edge of your seat waiting.
I am.
Like, I can't wait. But yeah, it was like, it's just, I feel like it is what it is, right? There's not a whole lot to it. And I don't think that other people like make it a destination. It's just something like you're passing on the way, right? Because I can't remember if it's like up north. I'd have to look it up again. But yeah, I just remember seeing it and being like, oh, that's what that is. Okay, cool. Moving on.
You know, when
So I don't know if I made it as big of a deal as what you want it to be.
No.
So my apologies.
I think that's because you're from there.
Maybe.
Other, you know, like Lake Michigan's okay. Well, I used to live. I mean, we still do live practically right on Lake Michigan. We're from Michigan, right on the shoreline.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
There's no big deal. But if I lived away from
What about
there,
Michigan's Adventure?
Michigan's Adventure.
What is that?
Oh, you don't know Michigan's
No.
Adventure? 2 parks for the price of one.
Whoa.
It was, for some weird reason, smack dab in the middle of nowhere in our hometown of Muskegon. There's this big amusement park. And
Okay.
I think because I never had a season pass. I didn't get to go every summer. And I was far enough removed from there, even though I could ride a bike there in maybe 40 minutes. I
have rode a bike to it.
Whoa. I mean, I have too
Hardcore.
to go say hey to Dakota Rust when he worked there. Oh man, if he lived there. I have always wanted to live in Universal Studios. That would have been a cool place. You know, in those fake houses they have. I'm like, there's got to be a room up there. Room and board. I'll figure it out. Nickelodeon's hit game show. What were we talking about? Michigan's Adventure.
Michigan's Adventure.
I'm so far removed from it. I believe it is a ball of twine situation where I would like to go back there, grab a Dr. Pepper can that says $5 off and head over there, turn it in and have a day of fun where, you know, 2 parks for the price of one. There's also a water park.
Okay, I figured that had to be the other part of it, right? Like, if there's no water park, what are you doing with your lives?
And my friend Dakota Rust, he loved to, 1, say my penis looks like a dinosaur's penis, and 2, he loved to be the lifeguard at one of the steep pools because sometimes you'd see boobies.
Whoa.
Because a bikini would flip open.
That's such like a kid thing to do at the parks. Mom, I gotta go over there. What are you doing? Oh, just gonna wait for a friend. Waiting for boobies.
He was a lifeguard. So he was assigned to
So that's just what it had to be.
see boobies.
Like that
That's amazing.
was the place to get a summer job.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
almost everyone would get a summer job there.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember being like really like envious of lifeguards and just being like, well, shit, don't they have the life out in the sun and like what, you know? But then I realized that like saving lives was not my cup of tea, you know, or like, oh, there is that like caveat of like having to do that. No thanks.
I applied and I think I might have gotten it, but Burger King came a calling first. Worked there for 6 years.
I had Burger King the other day and I thought of you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because the one time I was on This Movie's Gay, we were talking about Whoppers or something. You said something how much you loved Burger King, and I was like,
Oh, was that when I got the Impossible Whopper?
I think you had been talking about getting
okay,
it.
yep. I finally had it.
Yeah.
It's exactly like a hamburger, guys.
I haven't had it yet.
It's so good, but very expensive. It's $6.66. I'll get behind that price number, though. At least in
for just the burger.
at least in Michigan, with tax, it would be different for just the Whopper.
No meal deal with that?
No meal deal.
Whoa.
But hey, Mark of the Beast, the Antichrist, 666,
Like
baby.
you might as well
So
just
into
go to a fucking restaurant.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Or
Especially
buy your
in
own
Michigan.
plant and make your own burgers.
Whoa.
I know. That's crazy.
Too far.
I don't know, guys. Start making your own food. Hashtag closet farmer. Because you got to make those hydroponics inside your closet.
In
The
your
police come
closet?
over
Okay.
and then say, you're roasting up weed in there. And you're like, no, soybeans, because I'm a soy boy. What do you think of soy boys, Nina?
I don't know how I feel about soy boys, but I do love soy things. I'm into that idea.
Okay.
Yeah. If meat's not your deal, soy's a good way to go. I also have a lot of people in my family who have like food allergies and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm into soy. But is a soy boy just a boy into soy?
No, soy boys are what the alt-right call libtard cucks. It's a new one. They're like, oh, you soy boy. It's a derogatory thing.
Oh, well,
I like
hell,
it. It's
did not know
cute.
that.
Yeah.
I know, like, I mean, it's like a cute little, soy boy.
Yeah.
But
Nicole, what do you think of soy boys?
It's cute.
Yeah, guys. Hashtag soy boy at MSS Pod. You better believe your job might fire you thinking
But
you're
like,
a bigot.
Boy spelled BOI.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you're not a part of the other hashtag.
Is soy then also spelled with an I? Soy boy?
No.
No, don't get crazy.
No.
Or BOYEEEEEEEEEE.
Boy.
Just say how many E's.
E.
Oh my God. No, give a 5. Is that what you're saying? God damn it. Nina.
Yes.
We ask this question to everyone.
Okay.
Do you have any experience with, before coming here, either Super Sentai or Power Rangers?
Power Rangers, yes.
Yeah.
Kind of grew up on that. Loved that shit for the longest time. And then just grew out of it. Kind of, went on to high school. Didn't pay any attention to it. And then when I got to college, actually, I had a project where I had to, there was like an empty stage, and the project was light a song. And so you like program in the light board of the theater, like
hell yeah.
like a light show to a certain song. And so me and this other girl, we did the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song. And so like what I remember is like creating this like, the Power Rangers color theme, like throughout, like just like all over. It was like fucking disco night thing, but we made it into this like thing. So that was a really fun, like kind of got me back into Power Rangers. I was like, oh, I fucking love this shit, And so then I played that in my head for a long time. It was also before like good phones were really a thing, and so I don't have any sort of like video evidence of it, which is heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
Heartbreaking. But yeah, then that kind of got me back on the wagon, and then I was like a Power Ranger for Halloween once, and then kind of haven't revisited it. Yeah.
So what'd you think of Carranger?
Loved it.
Yes.
From the beginning, honestly. I was like, I could put this on in the background and just like watch this every day.
Yeah. Hey, it's available for free to stream.
Heck yeah.
Should we just get into the episode summary?
Yeah.
Yeah, babies. And then we'll
Great.
get into notes. And please, for the love of God, interrupt.
Will do.
Today we watched episode 17 of Carranger entitled Wearing Authority Head-On Collision. My best friends took place in a head-on collision, and head-on is what the mortician exclaimed after piecing them together. Making light of a tragedy that demolished literally and figuratively my friend group in high school again. It's like I never went to therapy or properly talked through these emotions after it happened, so I'm still stunted psychologically by the trauma that occurred. But much like my emotions, mine own emotions, Zonetta is trying to brush away her feelings for Red Racer. Unlike Zonetta, I'm not a beautiful woman, but that's another aspect of my psyche I'll probably never fully allow to sink in to prevent myself from being sad. But speaking of sinking in, you guys remember interrupt. I'm plowing through this one. But speaking of sinking in, actually, that was a very sad thing. You guys were like, James is processing something. Speaking of the sink in, Zonetta and old space conductor Ricky Hiker are heading to Earth for a dip in the hot springs, except we don't see any goddamn hot springs. But
Nope.
And I'm talking the good kind of hot springs, not the ones in your old
The
metal.
nudie kind.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
That is definitely what they were implying.
Yeah, he said outdoor tubs. Get yourself an outdoor tub, guys. Who cares what the neighbors think?
Well, I
You're
mean,
out.
he said onsen, which is that kind.
It's tub, baby.
But obviously it was translated to hot
Guys,
springs.
if you're a girl and
Interesting.
you own a tub, why not call yourself Tub Girl? Throw it on the internet. You ever seen Tub Girl?
No,
Okay, don't Google it.
I will not.
It's one of those things you just don't want to Google. Where was I? And the good kind of hot springs, like Nicole said, the nudie kind, not the ones in your old metal spring mattress that leave you sweating all night. Man, if only there was a better way to sleep. Something that won't leave you tossing and turning a third of your life. That's how much you sleeping. Well, What if I told you there is a way to sleep like you're in the sky on a puffy cloud? That's right. From Spiriting Halloween, the makers of Skeleton Mask 009B and Flickering Blacklight comes Fog Machine, using their panted, pending, air quotes, non-toxic mist juice. You can blast your room full of the fluffiest bedding you've ever walked through. But wait, that's not all. It now comes in 3 firmness settings for those with a spouse who can't just be happy with what you bought them. That's not implying anything about this relationship right here. We're in love.
What's up?
Gruo Dun Fox. We're relationships great.
Gruo
A
from Bops.
A fan once messaged us asking if Nicole and I's relationship was okay because we fake argue on the show a lot.
It's like bickering.
Yes.
That's right.
We're like the old honeymooner.
Have you heard from him recently?
I hear bits and pieces from him.
All right.
I think he's just living his own life, trying to.
And did you set him straight?
Yeah, I did. I said like, oh no, like this is us exaggerating and doing bits.
Right. That's good.
But then I said, sometimes she just gets on my freaking nerve.
Oh no.
My funny nerves, though. I think Nicole's hilarious. Where was I?
Foggy
You're a
cloud.
big nerd.
Do you love walking into your room after a long day's work, falling straight to the floor, skull-shattering fragments on your hardwood floor? Due to the exhaustion with your bedding encasing you in a mist of ambiance? Then the standard fog setting is for you. But maybe you just outright exhausted from your 9 to 5, boss breathing disgusting coffee breath on your neck and squirting sex fluids all over your back. Because unfortunately, that's corporate America. We'll drown your sorrows while sleeping on our water setting with temperature adjustments anywhere from 33 to 211 degrees. But oh no, what happens if you come home from work and you want to leave this world as cold as it's made you? Then try our ice setting. Use promo code DATCAT, that's DATCAT, for free shipping on your first order. But back to Carranger, things are going much better
What
because...
even was the point of that bit?
Ooh, the bits, baby. Steven Unabomber.
Oh my god.
Things are going much better because the Rangers are having a cookout with Dapu, splashing around in a river, wet t-shirt contest style, screaming about sweet melons like the ones I wish I had. But no, the Bozak are here to make them run back to work. Sounds like they need promo code DATCAT. A fashion designer tells Signal Man he has a nice build, unlike me when playing Magic the Gathering. Talk about deck building, baby. Or any deck building game. None of this is written right now. Oh, I could say anything. Do you think it's written? Maybe it's Maybelline. But but Signal Man gets garbed up looking so nice that it enrages him that he used to look like a basic ass scrub all his life. He starts punching the Rangers, screaming, how come you weren't like James's sister, letting him know that he's hashtag scrub life everywhere he went, like the Lakes Mall in Muskegon, Michigan, in front of everyone. Yes.
Damn.
It'd make him sad. And
I'm sorry, did you say not like his sister? Because they did tell him he looks dumb.
No, but before he put on this magnificent thing.
I'm sorry, I totally just interrupted your
Oh, you're supposed to
thing
interrupt,
that you were
baby.
ramping up to.
What's it up, baby? Oh, it might make him sad and have him with a continuing emotional repercussions on throughout his life. Guys, I wrote this in first person and now I'm reading it in a third person. But at least you know that He was a disgusting stringing of thread, but nothing can stop him from reaching peak anger, which is caused from him realizing that even his giant-ass robot is scurbin, juggalo style. Juggalos are about that scrub life, baby. Listen to AMB's winning thing from that Gathering of the Juggalos contest in like 2003.
I don't even like ICP.
I don't like them, but I have much information about them because I used to be a juggalo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I saw somebody with a ICP sweatshirt today.
Oh, did you say,
Is there something I should have said?
yeah, you should have said, I say stomp, you say whoop whoop stomp, and then hopefully they know.
They say whoop whoop?
Yeah, we hope.
Now I know.
Unless they're a juggaho or a juffalo. Or a juffaho. There's a lot of like fake juggalo, what you would call someone.
Right. It's a whole culture.
Or call them a Twizzler. Oh my God,
would that like piss him off?
Oh yes, that. Oh, or unless either way, it would have pissed them. So Twisted used to be they're a rap group who used to be on ICP's label, but then they left and started their own record label and continued to take everyone from Psychopathic, which is ICP's record label, and bring them over to their own record label. And then everyone who likes Twisted, juggalos in quotes, will call them Twizzlers.
Okay.
And yeah, call anyone a Twizzler and see what they do, guys. Hashtag Twizzler or Juffaho, whichever you want.
Definitely don't do that.
Call someone a mudblood.
Wow.
Harry Potter, like that is a very mean term to say to anyone is mudblood.
Definitely.
I did for a time on my first CD I use it. I wanted to start calling people, why can't I think of it right now? What do they call humans? Non-magical people in Harry Potter.
Muggles?
Yes, I wanted to start calling people
dunces.
That'd be funny if they're just like pushing Hermione down and saying, you fucking dunce. Oh, man.
Then I always think of Kirsten Dunst. Like, I don't know, that Dunst, like, it has this, like, I don't know.
Oh, man, the Suicide Gals and Small Soldiers, her finest roles. What Suicide? It's not Suicide Girls. I know that for a fact. That's a porn site.
Is it now?
The Suicide Sisters?
No, it's like Virgin
Virgin
Suicides.
Suicides. That's what it is.
That's a movie that confused me.
Because she weren't no virgin.
No, not that. Just why did they all commit suicide? Guys, I know that's something you can at me on. If you understood that movie or understood Donnie Darko, please let me know.
All right, I can talk to you about it.
About Donnie Darko?
No.
Suicide Sisters?
Donnie Darko is just someone trying to be cool.
Spooky?
Yeah.
Except Donnie Darko, the rapper. He is very good.
Okay.
Never so deep, motherfuckers.
Are they related somehow?
No, it's
Okay.
just, I mean, he saw the movie Donnie Darko and was like, I'm going to be called Donnie Darko. I think it's spelled slightly different. I hope it is.
Yeah.
Real original.
Donnie but the Y. No, I don't know.
Have you seen Virgin Suicides?
Yeah.
What's it about? I've seen it.
It's about parents over disciplining their children.
Oh. I think, and doesn't one jump out a window and land on spikes?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think multiple. I think they all do that. All 5 sisters
No.
just jump out windows, land
No.
on spikes, Sonic style. Not even spikes of fence. They just have spikes around like they're Dr. Robotnik. Or maybe in Green Zoneville, they grow naturally? Let me know. Are those actually stalagmites or tights?
Ooh, I used to know this. The difference.
Yeah, I used to. Stalagmites, they're mighty from the ground,
I was
think.
going to say, yeah, they grow up from the ground and then tights fall from the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Guys, go spelunking. I'm kidding. Don't.
Yeah.
Yorp, yorp, yorp. Peppermint patties.
Yeah.
But yes, they all jump out. They land on spikes again, Sonic style. And
Okay.
I think they live for the rest of the movie. This is scene 1, and they're telling everyone, we committed suicide because our parents were mean. Wow. How did I not understand that?
I might be missing some it's been a while since I've seen it.
Been a while.
essentially what I remember is that they like do something with like some boys or something.
Yeah, I remember them having a party.
There's gotta
So
be
then
boy drama too.
The parents are like basically just like cut them off from the outside world. Like they're not allowed to leave the house. Like they're homeschooled, so they're just like stuck in this house and just fucking go crazy.
I would like a exploitative
And just hate their life.
parody of this called The Promiscuous Homicides.
Okay.
Because it's the opposites.
Yeah.
Or deicides, guys. Kill a god today. Let's get back to this. Juggalo style, but what can stop him is a friend coming to his side, letting him know it's not what you're wearing, but how you wear it. Also by taking off a mind-controlling shirt. In the end, we learn that fashion isn't something you learn. It's something that is drilled into your mind by evil corporate entities who only want you to buy their shit or feel like trash fire incarnate. Carranger. Also, I learned today that Nina makes clothing, so I hope it's in a theater context and not...
It is.
Okay, good.
It is.
Not a fashion sense.
Whew, dodged a bullet there. I have a degree in costume design. Fashion design was always like very interesting to me. But this episode, I was like, since I deal with like bolts of fabric at a time, when the fashion designer is just like running bolts of fabric through the sewing machine, I was like, well, hell, look at that. Like, I've never put a jacket together that fast.
So this episode was perfect.
We've been doing a pretty good job at finding episodes that kind of match. Our first series, Die Ranger, I picked out episodes for specific people.
Okay.
This one, I was like, I can't do that again. Because sometimes people aren't available when you need them to be.
That makes sense.
But yeah, what'd you think?
I loved it. I think
Let's get into notes.
Yeah, I was going to say kind of from the beginning, I love that opening sequence. I was just like, I could put this like on my playlist every day and just kind of bop to it. It was pretty great. And I also just like these color pop. Like when I see a show that has colors, like a lot of colors, I love that visual like stimulation. And so that really was pretty great.
You must have loved the Wumpers, the squid guys.
Those were great. Those guys just like squidding around the back, flapping their tentacle arms.
And their car looks amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
The cars are, I feel, underappreciated in this, and there should be toys of all of them. Even if it's a
have
Hot
you looked?
Wheels.
Maybe there are.
I mean, I haven't, but
See?
I haven't
See?
seen.
See?
See?
You could be missing out.
I could be.
Yeah, but if I could have a car that looked like that, I definitely would be down.
What's your favorite kind of car?
Ooh, I really love like old school Jeeps.
Oh.
Like that shit is so cool to me, and I wish that I could have one. Like or like a truck type thing that didn't like eat up all the gas.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like but real old school, like 70s.
Maybe, you know those shake flashlights that get battery power?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the wheel, you shake it and as you're driving, or it has no shocks in it and it has a bunch of those. Holy shit, I'm coming up with an idea, guys. No shocks in it.
I hear you.
It's just littered with those flashlights and that's how it's powered.
I like this.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Give me $1,000 for this idea.
1,000? You're going to need more than that.
I need money.
I also just recently saw online a job posting for a spacesuit sewer. And it was like this, like, it was like from SpaceX, like, I don't know. And then like at the bottom, it was like Elon Musk, blah, blah, blah. But I saw that job opening and couldn't believe it. Anyway.
Did you apply?
I didn't. They are looking for really specific things.
Oh.
Like, you know, people who have dealt with bonding materials for space bond. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So I'm just not going to bother.
Recruit someone from NASA.
You'll be like, my spacesuit, I mean, if they're going to hold up a moon rock as if it's a skull, absolutely I can do this.
Right.
If not, if you don't need like a feather coming out of this space helmet, I know would be impractical because someone's entire body is going to be vacuumed out of that little hole. But
I like the idea that the feather is what is like accompanying them on the moon or like in space.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
feathers.
We should start putting birds on the moon. So by so then we'll be
Shut the fuck up.
we'll be like, oh yes, the birds are chirping in the morning. It's great.
Then the birds would need spacesuits.
No,
Oh.
birds create oxygen.
Science. Yes, this is real scientific. Wow.
Birds are photosynthesis, guys. I can't say that word.
That's okay.
Make a spacesuit that also just like has plants inside of it.
Oh my God, Nicole, this is a perfect idea. Make a moon-sized spacesuit.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Oh.
Fumigation style.
And it has to be that
Bubble boy
fabric, that
style.
striped tent.
Yes, let's just circus. We'll
Circus space.
yes.
Great.
So you know how there's like cyberpunk, there's steampunk. Is there circus space punk?
No.
Because that would be badass.
Here's the thing. Now I have this idea. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
going to go home and fucking draw something out.
You're drawing it up, and then I'll write a play so it can go along with it. You're top of the list.
I was going to say also like budget zero. So I got to be maybe I'll go to a fumigation site, steal their fumigation tent, and then use that.
Well, no,
Sew them together.
we'll get a good budget. We'll get
Okay.
Lin-Manuel attached to this.
Oh, great. Oh,
and then
good.
we're
I'm glad that you know
rolling
him.
in doughs.
Great.
I don't know him personally, but I've seen him on TV. So
I've seen him on stage.
I feel like I know him, and he's my friend.
Yeah. I
I've
get
listened
that.
to him on podcasts.
Right.
Yeah. Anyone you listen to on a podcast, which in our case, our fans are our friends, you better believe, we love ya, Duo Grunfox, Tito, It Takes Two to Toku, Ranger Command, all of you guys, we love ya, and we're in love with you. That's actually another podcast.
See, why do you love us so much?
Yeah, this is actually something. We have a fan from
I
South
deserve
America.
hate. What's wrong with you?
Be like her family and hate her. We don't know why C likes us so much, but we love that she does.
Yeah, that's great.
She's not creepy about it. She's just
Bless.
adorable about it.
That's awesome.
C, you're amazing.
But we have questions, because
Yes.
why?
And C, if you want to join a circus in space, actually, I don't want this whole idea because I'm afraid Nicole is someday going to leave me for the circus like another girlfriend did.
Okay.
Oh, no. So circus space out.
Yes, it's
Great.
out. I guess just like roach space, but that's a space I don't want to go to because it needs to be in a tent fumigation. I guess it could also be Bubble Boy. Have you ever seen that movie?
That's what I said.
I know. That's why I'm looping
But
it back.
you brought it up like it was your idea.
No. The idea is, have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, when it like first came out.
Dang, that was PG-13.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it was, and Nicole would not have been 13 back
I
then.
remember it being not good.
I enjoyed it. I think, never mind, I was going to say, I won't look at my guest when I say this. I'm pretty sure I masturbated to that movie.
Yeah,
You do you,
probably
dude.
did.
You do you.
I remember...
Is it Jake Gyllenhaal that got you going?
No, it was probably the girl that he liked who lived next door.
Right.
Or the mud wrestling.
That might have been it too.
Could have been the bubble, though, too. I
Yeah.
feel like...
Because if you just... I'm, again, blocking the guest out of my view. Because it's like those glass windows at a strip club. You can just jack off right on it. You
Sure.
can jack off on a Bubble Boy, and guess what? They're going to be fine. They won't mind.
Uh-huh.
Dogs can
I
go
mean, they
pee-pee.
might mind, but they just can't do much about
I
it.
think literally anyone would mind. Everyone minds.
What if a lady just squirted on it? He'd love it.
He might
You don't know
mind.
that.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Oh, Bubble Boy just wants to have fun, guys.
Bubble boy just wants to have fun.
I said Bubble Boy just wants to have fun. There we go. There was... okay, let's get to more notes.
Okay.
We somehow...
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. How did we even get onto space like that? Oh, boy. when we saw them connect together as the cars, I said, oh, it would be very cool to have a wheel that kind of splits in half, but I don't want a car. And that made me think, oh, for some games you can get a car wheel. The Wii had it, but
Yeah.
I had a friend when I was maybe 7 years old. So this would have been 98. His dad had a full seat. It was like an arcade cabinet, but it was a controller, full seat, pedals, everything for racing simulators. And that would have had to been $400 back then.
For the car?
No, it was a gaming thing.
Oh, I see.
So he could, Need for Speed, he could play in an actual car.
So it's kind of like having one of those arcade like things, but at home.
Yeah.
What?
And that made me think, like, what did your parents, did your parents have anything that they splurged on as a hobby? Because my dad was the opposite. That's why I thought it was so weird, is my dad, all he would do for fun, at least thinking back, is he sat in this chair and watched maybe 2 hours of Trek. Like
Star Shrek.
Ooh, Star Shrek, guys. Again, Shrek in space. Every franchise should go to space. Fast and Furious is getting there.
They keep going with what you were saying.
And then I used to think like, oh, my dad really loved doing electrical work as a hobby, but now looking back, I'm like, no, James, he was making compactors.
his job.
Like that was his job.
Right. It's hard to differentiate. Like my mom was a teacher, right? So it's like I thought teaching was like what she liked to do. And then I realized, like thinking about it right now, I'm like, what did my parents do for fun?
She
Did they
loved
have-
grading papers in her
Right?
spare
Like,
time.
Yeah, that's what she did. I guess she read a lot of library books. We went to the library a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
She loved books.
Yeah, I don't know.
My mom loved yelling at her kids.
Oh no.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. My mama, no, never mind. Never mind.
Were you going to bring up that same story you bring up like every day?
What? No, the throwing dishes? No,
Yeah.
that's not the thing I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up how, I think my sister brought it up on her episode. My mom loved to masturbate, I guess.
Oh.
Because there was
Okay.
like, I think all of us,
Okay.
well, because she was like, hey, you need to like do chores. And one of the chores was making their bed. Well, when you tuck in sheets, guys, don't just have your vibrator underneath your mattress where you're tucking in sheets.
Yeah.
And then your son is like, hey, Dad, I don't know what this is. And then he has to just be like, hey, put that back.
No.
And then because my mom or my sister yelled at my mom once, like in a teenage rage of like saying things that were in the moment
Right.
and then bringing up things that had nothing to do with the argument, which was
Right.
like, you're a fucking crazy person. You're always screaming at us. You don't know what's going on. You're fucking crazy. And you're just leaving your sex toys everywhere. It's like, no, that's not part of this conversation.
But it is always nice to have that ammo. I just remember getting in those fights and having that thing that my mom didn't think I had. And you're like, ha, gotcha.
And like she wasn't leaving them around. Like it
Oh,
was
that's true,
under
yeah, I guess.
the mattress.
But it was okay. If you leave something in a place where you tell your kids to go, that's leaving them out.
yeah.
If it's like, oh, we were trying to find your, I guess, like credit card in your locked
Right.
safe, and then we open up the safe and it just pours out vibrators, that's on us.
It was like never ending.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Daddy, yes.
What did you just say?
Daddy, yes.
No, you should have said mommy, yes.
I know. That's why I said that, because you weren't expecting it. And
Ooh.
it's
Boom.
funnier. It's like you don't know how comedy works.
I know comedy works with someone slipping on a banana peel and then
That shit is funny.
a kid with 4 eyes being pushed down the stairs.
Ooh, not so funny.
I mean, people laughed when it happened to me. So,
James, you just wanna talk about it. Like, oh, bud.
what'd your parents do? That's how we got on this.
Don't bring up my dad, because
All your dad did was have fun and not raise children.
yeah. So
That
that,
was
was
his
like
pastime.
that was
Forgetting
Just
about his
everything
kids.
was him splurging on things and not paying child support.
Yeah, baby. Should have splurged on some child support.
So so you know, my mom like doesn't have hobbies. Her thing is like she likes doing things for people, like cooking and stuff like that. Like that's her thing. She likes taking care of people.
See, and I know you've told me this, but I'm always afraid, like with most parents, that maybe they really don't.
Have hobbies?
No, maybe they really don't like doing things for people.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm not saying I'm saying my mom specifically does like doing that.
No, and what I'm saying is when your mom does stuff for us, I'm afraid that she actually doesn't, like she's going to resent us. Are you saying I shouldn't worry about that?
I'm saying you shouldn't worry.
All
I'm
right.
saying you should still try to help out, but ultimately, like, she does, like, she likes cooking and shit.
Hey, Miss Nicole's mom, guess who's editing
But when
all
it
the
comes to,
podcasts
like,
now? You.
Chores, you know? Like, help out with chores.
I'll just tell her editing podcasts will make Nicole happy, and then she'll do it.
Like, growing up, literally almost every day, she would make, like, a fucking huge meal with, like, a main, like, meat, protein, like 2 vegetables, and some starchy thing, like a noodle or
Delicious.
like potatoes or something every fucking day, which is insane to me.
That's what she made the first time I came over, and I was very scared of your mom.
Why?
Because you made it out that she was this scary person, and then
All right.
she's not.
No, she's not.
Especially now.
I don't know why you thought that.
I could have swore you, or a strict person, like, oh, James, or a holy person.
She is now.
What, strict?
Holy?
Oh, yeah,
She's
guys.
gotten back into religion, so that's
Oh.
cool.
But yeah, guys, that's a talk about our parents.
What's up?
Hey.
Cut it all out.
No. It's funny talking about your parents masturbating.
So funny. I did have a note
Hilarious.
that I thought that these guys were just like from the beginning to end, just like a bunch of bosses. I don't know, like the way they were jumping off buildings and stuff, and like their action movements and sequences. I don't know. I was just very impressed by this team of.
There
people.
was a lot of fighting in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
I was
for
into it. I was into it. Really loved it.
Signal Man. I was like, Signal Man just needs to eat lunch. He's hungry. And then, like, at the end, he does say he's hungry. And they're
Right.
like, let's go to the barbecue. And I was like, he was hangry.
Isn't that? I feel like being hangry is the root of so many problems. Like we just did at work. We just did a show Frankenstein, right? And it's like one of those things where it's like if Victor Frankenstein had just had a friggin' sandwich and like, you know what I mean, like a sandwich and like a good night's sleep, motherfucker would never have made this like monster. And so it's just like one of those things where I'm like, and then realizing that, like going back and thinking about so many different people's problems, I'm like, if they just had a damn sandwich, everything would be fine. There would be no problem. So
Problem solved.
right? Signal Man just needed a sandwich.
Except, like, maybe not if you're eating a Big Mac for every meal at night. That might make you wake up at 2 a.m. and start tweeting bigotry.
Oh, true. But
That's what our president eats.
That's what
Right.
He eats many sandwiches.
so maybe not sandwiches, right? Maybe not that. But
But
yeah,
I
if
mean,
you
maybe
have a-
like people like him should eat more.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then they die soon.
Maybe.
That's what I was about to say, too.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You know, like that one documentary that everyone talks about.
Super High Me, Doug Benson.
Yeah.
That's a good doc.
I've always wanted to be on that podcast that he has. Getting
Doug
high.
with High.
Yeah, I really want to be on it. Yeah.
I think of me being high on a microphone. I don't smoke or anything. And I'm just afraid of what would come out of my mouth.
See, but I think letting it be would just, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like your high self would know what to say or not to. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be too much different than being sober.
This is what I should do.
like hypnotism, where it's like you still have all of those like safeguards in your brain to like stop you from
Yeah.
doing certain things.
Okay.
Yeah. Or yeah, I feel like if anything, it would just kind of bring those walls down a little bit and let you be a little more free. But you're pretty free right now.
Yeah.
So I don't. Who's to say what it would do?
Remember when we saw that hypnotist at Six Flags?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, guys. I want to be hypnotized.
Like roller coasters, so that was the only thing to do.
And that zombie beauty contest or whatever they did. I don't know.
Sure.
I was too busy eating that big old plate of spaghetti.
Ooh.
Or spumemi, as some people call it. I don't know.
What's the difference between spaghetti and spumemi?
One is I'm trying to
One
speak
is
too
spelled
quickly.
with M's.
Spumemi and some people say spumemi, other people say spumemi.
One is when you're trying to speak sexy, you
Oh,
say
yeah.
spumemi.
Oh.
I'll cook you up some spumemi. Nicole, for some reason, thinks it's very funny when I say spumemi and manana.
When it's like you're trying to be like romantic and like suave, but you say spumemi, it's so funny. Because it's like no one's gonna take you seriously.
A child might.
Okay, that's gross.
What? Children taking you seriously?
Talking to a child romantically.
Oh, I thought you just
saying
meant like
spumemi.
when you say spumemi, who is going to take you seriously? Like if I were to walk up to a child and was like, would you like a big bowl of spumemi? They'd be like, spumemi!
I feel like they'd be like, stranger danger, this man wants to give me a
Okay.
big bowl of spaghetti.
This is a child we know.
oh.
Maybe child Jesus?
What?
We all know child Jesus.
Okay.
I'm not familiar.
Jesus was a child once.
Uh-huh.
Jesus also had boners once
Wasn't he just a
too.
baby? And then
Okay.
he like, I don't know a whole lot about it. Because I'm like, he had teenage years, right? Like
Yeah.
he had to have, yeah.
He screamed at Mary and said, "Get out of here, Mom!"
Yeah. Well, he was masturbating.
What's his face was his dad, or John? Is that his name?
No idea.
Matthew?
Joe?
Joseph.
I was going to say, isn't it? Yeah, Joe.
Would have been saying,
Joe Schmo.
"Hey, man, you really gotta, work on your carpentry homework." And he's like, "You're not even my real dad."
Ooh, yeah. The controversy in the fam.
Yeah.
And then Joseph was like, yeah.
Can we talk about how they used a giant fucking rocket
Yeah.
to dress a giant robot?
So
That shit was funny.
Like, you know how expensive that would be for them to build that, and they just used it to dress a robot?
Yeah.
it's what you gotta do sometimes.
Like, they could have done so many other things.
I really like the idea, too, that it was just kind of hanging off the rocket and then somehow got, like, dressed onto him. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Buttoned up and everything.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
They also have like spaceships. They could have just used a spaceship, but maybe that would have raised suspicions of like, oh my God, this is Bozak related.
Like, why wouldn't you just make the fashion person grow big and put the thing on him?
Because that would have raised suspicions.
But then they grew bigger later.
Once we realized that
Once we knew that it was
it
going to
was
happen.
Bozak related, yeah.
Interesting.
But when this happens, they're making the big ass shirt. Then we see the rocket. Then all of a sudden, it splits to the rocket, has
so
the shirt
rocket
on.
is less conspicuous.
Right. Or you're right.
But that maybe he ordered one. There is an episode that I think it's of this season, where the Bozak implement this space delivery service. So
Okay.
like there is space delivery, but we see this flying across the screen and you guys freak out. And I was like, oh, I just assumed you guys assumed this would happen.
I had no clue what to expect.
Yeah, of course they were putting the big shirt on the rocket and it's all of a sudden on him.
No.
Well, also, it was one of those things, too, right, where, like, seeing the rocket, like, seeing the fashion designer, like, making it, and then seeing the rocket, and I was like, oh, I wonder, like, that would be hilarious if they threw the thing on the rocket. Well, sure enough, that's what happened.
It happened.
That's
I
fantastic.
mean, it is a parody show, so
Yeah.
so good choice.
It's a grand choice,
Grand.
Nicole. Let me see if I have any, because those were my starred notes as well. I'm almost through all of them. Oh, okay. So talking about him being hangry, Nicole,
Yeah.
he's not a robot then.
You don't know.
Robots can't eat
You don't know that.
unless they're freaking microchips and oil. Batteries as well. Okay, Nicole thinks he's a robot signal man,
Okay.
but he's eating and he has spiciness on his tongue.
Right.
Why would you create a robot that has spiciness on their tongue?
I guess I've been watching a lot of Futurama lately, and so I think of Bender and how like he can drink beer and get really drunk, and so I'm like, why can't Signal Man eat spicy barbecue and feel that in his tummy too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Granted, I will say Signal Man's like fingers, like you could like he's got very like humanoid fingers.
Yeah, Nicole.
Is what I noticed with his chopsticks. So like maybe he's got something going on there.
So
maybe
like you
he's a
can let
mudblood.
go of the fact that they use a rocket to perfectly put a shirt on.
That makes sense.
But him eating food
Is really throwing you
is
off.
like
Okay.
too much.
When a meteor comes at us, we're going to put a bunch of garbage on a rocket and shoot it at that, and then it'll move it.
Sure.
So,
I was,
like,
are we now?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
That's our defenses. That's government scientist.
I feel like that was an episode of Futurama, actually.
I think
Like,
that
I was
I
like-
think that's why I referenced it. I was
Right.
like, I'm pretty sure they did that
Yeah.
for some reason.
They did because it was like a smelly thing coming towards them, and so they were going to counteract with another smelly thing, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I'm glad. So I'm pretty sure this is a reference somewhere, but he's not because he also has a child.
Signal Man does?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That comes in a later episode, guys. Spoiler alert. So Signal Man fucks.
Okay. So does Bender. I feel like
Who
I
he
guess
jacks in.
right.
But his child is also a robot.
But I think he can grow. Robots don't grow. I guess through upgrades. Yeah.
Bitch.
Also, I was just gonna say, there's cars came together and like grew into
Yeah.
a big guy with cars.
Also, yeah, I thought it was risky that he chose to transform inside of a tunnel.
No, he always does that.
That's weird.
Oh, you want to know what? There's an episode later in this series that I think will shatter what you think of Signal Man. But guys,
All right.
let us know on Twitter. Hashtag
Signal Man fucks.
no. I'm trying to think of like a Signal Man question mark. I know the question mark won't. It would just be hashtag Signal Man. Or just let us know Signal Man or Signal Robot.
Single man.
Well, he's not single. He's got a wife.
Does he have a wife?
Yeah, we find that
Oh,
out
wow.
in a later episode.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay,
guys.
okay.
Spoilers.
Wife and kid are coming later.
Yes.
Okay.
Spoilers.
He does like spicy barbecue though.
Yeah,
This
and he
is what
went.
we know.
He went. Oh.
Oh.
When he ate this spice, I don't think he likes it. He didn't know what it was, and they like to razz Signal Man because they kind of don't like him.
Because he's
Okay.
a goody goody.
Yes,
I was gonna say kind of. Yeah, I feel like.
he's lawful good, and they're kind of lawful neutral or chaotic. No, they're good. They're
And he knows that they're the Carrangers, right?
No.
No.
no one knows that they're the Car
Okay.
Ranger.
He just thought that they were those innocent civilians being picked. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he knows them because he'll sometimes set up shop around their auto shop.
Okay.
So he's just aware of them.
Tough for them. I feel like.
Yeah.
Can't spoil anything for him.
Nicole, you got any notes? You got any more notes?
Yeah, just like the idea, the very end where the fashion designer had this like electric blanket type weapon thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That I was like, yeah, I would. Now I think if people at work are like, what would your superpower be? And it'd be like, I used to say like having like a bunch of scissors on me and I would use them for shit. And now I'd be like electric blanket, electrifying thing.
Well, that
Super cool.
That segues perfectly into a normal bit we have. We ask everyone this. So, the Car Ranger have car magic.
Yeah.
Their magic is derived from constellations in the sky that are cars.
Cool.
So, their powers come from cars. But their powers aren't necessarily cars.
Right.
So, if you had powers, where would you want your powers to be derived from? Mine, of course, was dead bugs because there's a lot of them.
Okay.
Nicole's is ass magic. She also had a
Nice.
retconned into another thing. I don't remember what it was. I feel like we haven't done this in such a long time because we've had repeat guests or Sean, just way too long of an episode. But I mean, it was fantastic, but we didn't have time for that. So, what would yours be? We also had like cigarettes, cigarette
Right.
smoke, baby magic, I believe someone had.
Oh, I feel like, oh shit. I feel like mine would have to come like, yeah, from like I think this episode really inspired me for like this fabric, the idea that like fabric, or like when I put on my clothes or something, like depending on like the type of pants I'm wearing, like feeling it, or type of undies, or socks. I don't know.
So
or just being able to carry around some like if I have a shawl on me or something, just like.
So your powers come from fabric. So what would some of your powers be? And you know how they turn their key into their wrist and that transforms them. What would your wrist thing be, and how would you turn into it?
So I guess I do, like for work, I do have this like metal bracelet that I wear sometimes.
Nice.
So that pins and like hairpins or like shit like that. So that's, I think, what it would be. It would end up being like plugging in like a bobby pin, or like getting a thimble and like shoving it in the hole or something. I think that's what that would be. And some of the powers, I mean, obviously like invisibility cloak would have to come in somewhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then, but I also like the idea that I can like shock people through this like electric blanket thing. It really did inspire me. I'm like, now I'm thinking about this thing.
You want to know what would be cool for your wrist thing? Instead of plugging something in, you pull out, what are those hoop things called?
A crochet hook?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you pull one of those out, and it pulls out your suit, and then
That'd be cool.
flows over you.
Oh, that'd be cool to get the suit in the magnetic bracelet. 'Cause sometimes they are really big depending on what you got. Yeah, I like that.
Well, I mean, it's also magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Or science. I don't know which is which.
I guess I was thinking scientifically, but yes. Magically, fuck yeah. Inside the metal bracelet. Bop.
Hell yeah, that's great.
Yep.
All right.
Answer
Nicole,
locked and loaded.
You got anything? Do we have anything else to say? Would you continue watching this? I mean, you kind of already said that.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Hell
this
yeah.
would definitely be something that I'd like put on the background, or like try and catch the through line if there was one. I'm not sure if there is.
It
sounds like maybe
a sort of one with the relationship with Zonetta and Red Racer.
Gotcha.
And then Signal Man, he kind of has a through line, but that's about it.
Okay. But yeah, yes, I would.
Hell yeah.
You know Dapu?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How old do you think he is?
Ooh. I'm going to say 108 years old.
Okay. We don't know how old he is.
We don't
okay.
know the answer.
We just keep
Okay.
asking. We just keep asking all our guests.
Gotcha.
Some have said 13. Some have said 4,000.
Right.
It's just all. We just want to gauge people's stuff. So every episode, since this is a comedy series, we improv at the end. We do a short scene of zip, zap, za. One of us says zip, one of us says zap, one of us says za. I'm kidding. I don't know how zip, zap, za works.
It's very easy.
It is?
It's like zip. You would say it back to me.
Zip.
Or zap.
Zip.
Zap.
Zip.
See, but then it would be directed at her, because I would like
I'm taking her. Zip.
zap.
Zip.
Zip zap.
Zip.
Zap.
Nicole, zip. I'm taking yours back. Zip.
It's really, that's all it is.
That's weird that
But it's like taking that direction. So if I'm saying it to you, then you have to say it, but then you can also throw it across the circle, or
Dang.
Like for reaction time, get your brain going.
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Do you give us a word and we'll
burn.
burn? All right. Do you want to start it?
I got nothing, man.
Nurse. The bullies are at it again. They gave me a snake burn on my arm. It hurts real bad.
What do you want me to do about it?
Give me some ointment.
Like I said, I ain't got nothing, man.
What?
Yeah.
Are you fresh out of oints?
Yeah.
I know I'm in here a lot. They're constantly burning me. They're snakes.
I mean, they're doing it to everyone. That's why I'm out.
Oh, man. Some of the bigger kids,
out.
they've been giving cigarette burns lately, too.
No.
Yikes.
So you should probably get some more of that ointment.
Okay, I will.
Principal, do you have any ointment?
No,
Oh, no.
none for you.
None for me specifically? What did I do?
You gave them one yesterday.
I gave one what?
A snake burn.
So that's what you get.
No, I gave them a snake bite because my dad, he was given this sweet ass cobra belt. It's a belt made out of a cobra, and it still has its fangs on there. And they gave me a snake burn, so I just, slasher style, I just whipped it at them, and it grabbed onto them and I yanked them to the ground.
Was it like one of those slap bracelets?
Yeah, but instead
snake.
Instead of a fun time treat, it scarred them for life, literally and figuratively.
Who?
So you're telling your principal this, hey?
I thought you knew this. That's why you weren't giving me ointment.
You know what? Fine. Here's some ointment for your damn arm.
Oh, yes. Oh, it feels so good. It's cool, but also hot, but then cool again.
It's fighting the infection.
Wait, it broke skin? It did.
I mean,
It's
if you got
gushing
cigarette
blood.
Cigarette burn.
Oh, man. I probably shouldn't be putting this topical ointment on an open wound. But hey,
Here we are.
let's just squeeze it in this wound. Ooh, now my blood's icy and hot. It feels good. It feels so good. I'm ready to punch someone.
All right, no punching.
Okay, just biting people.
No biting.
All right, then just burning people.
No burning.
Oh, man.
I mean, I guess you could punch people if there was like something to cushion
I'll
your
allow
punches.
that. I'll allow
Cushion
that.
like a
If you have
glove?
a cushion punch.
All right, what kind of things do you guys have laying around? Any pillows? No, I don't see any
No.
pillows. Any curtains that I can yank down and just ring around my wrist?
No. It's a
Okay.
safety hazard.
Oh, what else? Could I put a shoe on there? A soft
Those
sole
really
shoe?
hurt.
A
more.
slipper, maybe?
Yeah, slipper?
No.
Okay.
I guess we're at school, so there's no slippies.
I guess I could go to the broadcast room.
You could use the windscreens, but
Yeah.
then we'll have to get new ones though.
Guys, where will we get the new ones? That's right, guys. Go to mlmpod.com/donate to help us get some. But we would love to thank you, Shane. He's a big fan of Hit It and Crit It.
Thank you.
And I think he might listen to this. I'm not sure. I think he's making his way downtown, talking fast and listening to our podcast. But while you're there on mlmpod.com, also check out my other podcasts. Find out more information about What the Hell Mouth, This Movie's Gay. Check out Nina's episodes.
Hey.
And
Hey.
Hit It and Crit It. But guys, guess what? Next week, starting next week, I should say, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I will finally be releasing more episodes of Mostly Playin' PlayStation over on YouTube. It won't be live like the last times. I'm just uploading them, but this time I have guests. For the first 2 weeks, we've got the Nickel Bricks on.
Hey.
We're playing this terrifying game called Shadow Tower.
Yep.
Scary.
And also check out my rap music under Marshland Monster. Nina, what you got?
No plugs.
All right, not even social media?
I don't know.
Okay. What about what do you work for a theater company?
I do work for a theater company. I work for a Looking Glass Theater Company
Hell yeah.
downtown. So yeah, we have our show going on, The Steadfast Tin Soldier. But yeah, come if you want.
No, even if you don't want, you just
gotta.
actually don't. If you don't want to go, you don't have to, but still buy a ticket.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, let's get a sold out show, guys. Nicole.
Yeah, what's
What you
up?
got?
It's the Nickel Bricks. Go to darlinghomebody.com to buy cool stuff like totes, or one tote. I don't know. I hate this. I'm already failing. I'm failing, James. Help.
You have 1 minute.
I have 1 minute. Okay, go to patreon.com/darlinghomebody to get stickers and magnets
Yes.
once a month.
Yes.
And it's cool, and go check it out.
Yeah, Nicole needs a time restraint in order to get this, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Also, the Hit It and Crit It guys, I believe next week will be starting their Let's Plays, which I'm a part of. More information on mlmpod.com or find us on social media. That we haven't done in a long time. At MSS Pod on Twitter, at MSS Podcast on Instagram, and on Facebook. You better believe we're back to MSS Pod. On YouTube, just find Mostly Speakin Sentai. Subscribe, please. And tell a fucking friend about the podcast. It'll help us grow, help me not keep just sinking into my savings. And it's been a year since I quit my job and have been doing this.
Boop.
Yeah. And if you have a podcast and you live in Chicago, or if you have a podcast that needs to be edited each week, please DM me. I will give you rates. It's very inexpensive. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nina.
And we've been
Mostly Speakin Sentai.
Nina didn't even need us to tell her that we'll be saying that. You're just on the ball. You
she's
know.
in showbiz.
Yeah, guys. Bye
Doing
bye.
my robot.
Yes,
Bye.
the bender.
早朝は怖い顔して頑張れなんて叫ぶけど
You ready? You ready?
Are you? I don't. What
Yeah.
are you looking at over there?
Oh, the don't play in the middle of the street. One person, that's right. Ooh, you better believe.